First, what we're going to do is we're going to discuss the mean, median, and mode and what their definitions are. So the first one, the mean, this is when you're basically looking for the average. You take a set of data, you add all of the data up, and then the amount of each set of data you divide by that total number, so you can get the average amount. Then next, the one that you're going to be looking at is if we were going to do the median. The median is the number directly in the middle of the set of data. So if you would take all of your data and you would list them in order from least to greatest, and then you selected the very center number, you would have your median. The mode is the number that is going to be showing up in the set of data most often. So if you had several numbers listed in the data, and then a number kept repeating over and over again and it showed up the most, that would be your mode. Now, an example of mean, solving it would be, let's say there's several students in the class that have and don't have bracelets, and we're collecting to see how many students had bracelets in the class. So what they would do is you would list the names, and then you would list, after you listed the names, you would list the number of bracelets that each student has. So for in this example, we can say that Johnny there has 3, then Jim has 5, then Julie has 1, and then let's just say that Jenny has 4, and we have our last one with another group of Jacob has 3. To make this problem a little bit easier, what we're going to do is we're actually going to change Jacob to a total of 2 bracelets. So we're going to say he has 2 bracelets. Now that we have all of our data, we have our students, and we have the number of bracelets each student has, and now we want to find the average number of bracelets for the students in this class. So what we want to do is our first step is add all of our data together. So if we take 3 plus 5, so if we take 3 plus 5, we get 8, plus 1 more is 9, plus 4 more is 13, plus 2 more is a total of 15. Now our next step is we want to take that number and we want to divide it up by how many groups of data sets there are altogether. So how many pieces of data there are total. So if we count, we're going to see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different pieces of data. So what we want to do then is we want to divide our total number of 15 divided by the 5. 15 divided by 5 equals, and what's gonna happen is, if we're having trouble with dividing, we know we can just change it into a multiplication problem, which would be 5 times our mystery number blank equals the 15, which is our total number in the data. So either way will get us to our mean or our average, the average number, which 15 divided by 5 is going to be a total of 3, and 5 times a missing number is going to give us a 3 as well. 5 times 3 equals 15. So for our final answer, our best possible answer is going to be our 3 for our mean for all the data that we collected before. And just to show you the data again, John had 3, Jim had 5, Julie had 1, Jenny had 4, Jacob had 2, which gave us an average of 3 bracelets for the total number of the whole entire class. Now, median, looking for the median is a little bit different. When you're trying to find the median, you're looking at all the data that you collected. And what you want to do first is you want to put all that information in order. So you'll take all those numbers, such as the 1, then the 2, no 3s, I do have a 4, I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, I have 3 5s, I have a 6, I have a 7, I have an 8, I don't have any 9s, and I have a 10. So now that all my data is in order, now what I want to do is I want to continue canceling out from one side and then the other side until I find a number that's directly in the middle, because median means middle. So cross that out, cross that out, cross, front, back, front, back, front, back, front. And now I'm left with the 5 in the middle, and that means my 5 is my median number. Now, mode is probably the easiest data set to be able to find. What you do for the mode, I like to do it this way. You don't always have to. If it's a small amount of data, you can usually find it just by looking at all of it, but putting it in order always helps out. So I'll do it the same way that I started for the median. I'll put everything in order. I have a 1, a 2, a 7, a 5, oops, I made a mistake. We'll have to go back and erase that. There was something before. See, that's why you put it in order, so you make sure that you didn't miss anything. So I didn't, there was no 3. But there was a 4. And then I had a 5. Then another 5. Then a third 5. Now my 7. Oh, nope, see, that's why we have to write them down and cross them out. We actually have a 6 in there in the middle. That's the importance of writing it down. If you don't write it down, you might forget to count one. 7, 8, and 10. Now the importance of writing it down, I can easily look at all the data now and see which one shows up most often, because mode means most often. So if I take a look and see which section has the most numbers appearing, right across here, my 5s have the most. Only 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 4, 1, 6, 1, 7, 1, 8, 1, 10. The one that showed up most often was that 5. There's 3 of them. So my mode for this set of data would be 5.